Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Van City Audi. Today I'm going to be doing the switch from Stage 2 92 octane over to Stage 2 E85. I'll walk you through step by step on how I do this and just how easy it is. First step will be using the Fuel It test kit to test the actual ethanol content in the fuel itself. Then I'll be filling up the car with fuel. Then I'll be tuning the vehicle with the custom code software. I'll walk you through the process on that and show you just how easy it is. Once I've completed that, turn the car on, let the fuel go through the system, watching the gauge within the car to see what the content is actually at. Once that's done, take it for a spin. 12 minutes, ECU needs the time to adjust and adapt. Once that's completed, everything seems to be cool. Step on it and go from there. So I'm going to take you through a step-by-step little tutorial, how to do it, show everybody to those E85 virgins just how easy it is, and I'll walk you through the process right now. Let's get this started.
So for the purposes of what I'm doing, I use the Fuel It ethanol content tester. Simple tester, water, fuel, shake it up, gives you the ethanol content. Inside it, you find the two tubes, one for drawing water, one for drawing your E85. The other is the actual test tube itself, showing the fuel line, the water line, and then your content of ethanol. So I'm going to be filling up one with water and one with E85. So super easy. Squeeze it in the water. Let it drop as much water as you can. And that should be good enough to fill up the vial. If you want to fill it up even more, you can squeeze it again and collect even more. Cool, so that's the water done. Now we're going to do the fuel. So now we're going to be testing the actual E85 itself, or not testing it, but collecting it, I should say. Same procedure. Squeeze it down. Make sure you don't drip any all over the place. Put it in. Drop the E85. It might take you a couple times to fill up the vial because sometimes it's harder to fill it up, but this is what you end up using maybe once or twice, and you fill up that vial to the appropriate level. So the first thing you need to add is the water. Hopefully you can see that. It says water line. That's what you need to fill it up to first. So you need to put the water in using the dropper to get it as close to that line as you possibly can. Feel like a chemist when you do this, but the meniscus should lie where the water line says. Now that I've done that, we need to add the actual fuel. That's from the actual fuel that I've taken already from outside, and fill it up the rest of the way. It should discolor the water. And clearly it didn't do enough. I wasn't able to grab enough with the first vial, so now I'm going to go pick up the rest of it with a second dropper fill. Okay, now I have my second dropper filled with E85, and now we're going to fill it to where it says fuel line near the top. Same idea as the bottom, get it as close to the line as you possibly can without going over. And there you have it. So once you've completed that, you're going to put the lid back on. Make sure it's tight. And just give it a gentle shake. You're mixing the water and the ethanol. Then let it sit. You're going to give it about 5 minutes, 10 minutes depending. Wherever the line ends up landing is going to show you the content of ethanol in the fuel. So we'll wait the 5 to 10 and then we'll figure out what level it's at. So once you've given it a nice firm shake, all of the ethanol will actually sink and the water will rise. Wherever that line is on this vial dictates what the percentage is. So if I had to say, I would say it's about E90. Maybe E89, which is extremely high, but that's not a problem. That's why we test this. You'll get higher grades, you'll get lower grades. You always want to know exactly what ethanol content you're putting in your fuel. Because this is a bit higher, I'm going to add a little bit of 92 octane fuel to bring the ethanol content down.
So step 1 of this tutorial is done. We've tested the E85 content using the Fuel-It kit. By doing so, we found that the ethanol content was a little higher than we expected. Rather than the E85 that we thought we were going to get, you got E89, E90. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix or blend some 92 octane fuel with that E89 to make that content lower. I have an injector upgrade on my vehicle, which custom code allows us to use E85. So I'm going to drop my content below that. For people that are running their car with stock injectors, custom code recommends you blend or downgrade your E85 to about E60 to E70. There are tons of E85 calculators online. All that involves is you do the math to figure out how much 92, 93, 91 octane, whatever you have available to you in your region, that you need to blend with the E85 in order to get that ethanol content down to E60 to E70. For me though, with the upgraded injectors, I need it to be in between E60 to E85. So lots of wiggle room. So I'm going to be adding a bit of E62, a bit of octane 92 or 92 octane in order to get what I need, and that is below 85 but above 60 in the ethanol content.
All right, so now we're going to actually want to tune the vehicle itself. You're going to need your custom code dongle. The fact that it is glowing purple shows that it has been plugged into the USB port and is connected to the laptop now. All you need to do is open up your custom code Flash Tool software. Looking for the device, you can see it starts to flash a little bit. Starting the Flash Tool. And there you go. So now I just need to log in. And it gives you the options to program the engine, program the transmission, or program the Haldex. Engine and transmission software are available. The Haldex is currently being worked on. So the next thing you want to do is go to Program Engine. So now it gives you the instructions. Please power up the ignition, but do not start the engine. So the next thing you're going to want to do is actually plug in the dongle into the car itself. So if you could see that down there, I've plugged it in. Now you need to start up the ignition, but do not start. So just by hitting the button itself, without your foot on the brake, car starts. Once you've done that, hit Y. What I like to do is I actually go in and I turn off everything in the car to not drain the battery. I hit power, I hold down the volume button to turn it down. That's my dash cam. I turn off the lights and I turn off the fan to make sure that the battery is not getting drained. In the process, it's connecting to your ECU and it's making sure that everything is dialed in. Then you have the options. So the first thing you're going to want to do is click on the first drop down. These are all the different files available to me. The one that I'm looking for, because I have upgraded injectors, is the Stage 2 Plus IMS, standing for IROS Motorsports, injectors only. That's what it reads up top. The next thing you're going to want to do is tell it what you're using. 93, 91, and it says only E70, which is new to me because they've okayed E85. So it should be okay because I've dropped my content. It should be lower than that with the amount of 92 octane I've put in to lower it. So we'll click on that. So now it says all users E60 to E85 requires the IMS low pressure injectors 7200 RPM file. So I already have the 7200 TCU uploaded, so my car has a 7200 RPM shift points already done with the transmission. So that's the one I want to stick with. First you have to confirm up top that that is the file that you want. Original Turbo Suite, Stage 2 Plus, injectors only, Stage 2 Plus, E70. Confirm. Now once that's confirmed, it allows you to actually go and program. So once you've hit program, that's when the fun starts happening. your dash is probably going to light up and start beeping at you if everything's going right. Those are all good noises and those are all okay. Means that it's actually working. So if you've already flashed your vehicle like I had already, I was already on stage 2 92 octane, this option comes up for you. States that the ECU is unlocked. Do I want to flash only the calibration, or do I want to do all sectors of the ECU? I don't need to do all sectors. The only people that do is when you're first coming from a stock tune. You need to then do all of them. If you're just changing from one fuel to another, all you need is a flash only calibration. So that would be Y, hit Y, and let it work its magic. The progress bar is there so you can see how far and how long it's going to take. Because I'm flashing it as just a calibration rather than the whole meal deal, it is significantly quicker. Gives you a bunch of beeps. A lot of things on the dash are beeping away at you. And now it says please power off the ignition. One click of the ignition. Then you hit enter. Press enter to continue. Please power up the ignition, but do not start it. So again, a one click with your foot off of the brake. Hit enter. Programming completed. We are good to go. So I power off one more time. Hit enter. And on the bottom there it says programming completed. That's the sign that you know everything went according to plan and everything worked. So now, give it a start. Starts up with ease. So, I have the Zeitronix gauges hooked up. Right now it's registering E9. That is because it still has the 92 octane fuel going through the fuel system. Sorry, that is my thinkware dash cam. With enough time, this will start rising. Because of the fact that now ethanol has been poured in, it will slowly rise higher and higher and higher until it hits a steady level. Once it's hit that steady level, that will be your ethanol content. So I'm just gonna let the car sit now and let it rise before I take it out on the road. So I want to say it's been close to 7 to 8 minutes and the ethanol is finally going up. So that means that now the ethanol is being pulled through the fuel system and the 92 is just blending into it. So it's actually going up. I'm just going to give it a very, very, very light rev to get the fuel going through the system a bit more. So as you can see, very, very slowly climbing. Nothing crazy because you're not putting any demand on the fuel system to actually pull the fuel through. So I'm gonna take it for that drive, see what it gets to, and fingers crossed it gets to where I wanted it. All right, so I've taken it for a drive. The ethanol content crept all the way up to E65. Now it kind of floats between E63, 64, 65. So thank goodness I've never been accused of being good at math. My calculations were slightly off. I added too much 92 octane and now it brought down the ethanol content lower than I expected. But like I said before, Doesn't really matter. I have the safe zone of E60 to E85 because I have upgraded injectors.
Well, everybody, there you have it. Tested the fuel, filled up the car, tuned the vehicle, let it idle, took it for a drive, ethanol content raised. We're sitting at about E63 to E65. My calculations were off. Thank goodness I had my injectors. Safe zone's E60 to E85. So I'm good to go now. That's how easy it is. If you have the injectors, it makes life way more easier because your safe zone with the ethanol content is really big between E60 and 65. If you don't, like last year for me, I was racing with stock injectors. You had to get it between E60, E65. E70. I played it safe. E60 to E65 was what I ran at. So good to go. Everything works perfectly fine. Tune worked flawlessly. I didn't really give it much gas, but just cruised around town, went really well. So that's how easy it is. Ethanol is a very easy and safe thing to use as long as you know what you're doing. I hope this video will help those people that were uneducated on how to use ethanol. Please leave any questions, comments below. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video, and I look forward to bringing you more content in the future. Thanks, guys.